Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Alright, so let's go ahead and pick up our next contract as we are working our way through ascending difficulty. We're up for a biological sample recovery mission, so let's go ahead and jump on in. We do have a decent amount of salvage available to us. The only question is, do we want to go for maximum salvage or do we want a good amount of salvage and a bit of money? Well, you know what? For now, I think what we'll do is... yeah, we're going to go for maximum salvage. We've got 2 skulls. I'm sure it's going to be worth it. A little bit of money's not going to be a big deal one way or the other. We've got enough in our funds, so let's go ahead and get this done and see what we can do. Alright, so we have Ranik, who has just got back from his little training run with some newbies. Let's go ahead and bring our pilots on in, and then what mechs do we want to bring? That is going to be the real question. I think the Enforcer is probably a good shot here. In fact, you know what? We might actually go ahead and give that to Big Man. Yeah, he'll have some recoil penalties. He's got that breaching shot, multi-target as well, so potentially we could make the most out of that AC-10 depending on the situation, as well as that large laser. Yeah, I think that'll do. Let's go ahead and we'll drop that there. The Phoenix Hawk we'll give to Cheese Goblin. That seems to be his mech there, and it works rather well, so we'll take that. And then for ourselves, I'm supposing a Vindicator. Yep, that should have to do. We've got a PPC there, a couple of medium lasers, nothing too crazy, but since it is a little bit weaker than some of our other ones, we'll stick in the back lines and make the most out of our cover bonuses. Alright then, let's see, 70, 50s, 45s, excellent. Again, just trying to make sure that all of our mechs are in descending order of tonnage, as that typically changes the amount of weight that we have. As the game always likes to start us on the left-hand side, it means that it's just that slight bit more efficient as we're trying to figure out which mech can travel how far. Alright, so either way, let's see what happens, and we'll read out the contract as it loads. Alright, so we must go ahead and retrieve operatives and biological samples and escape. We need you to recover our operatives from inside a Taurian research facility. They'll be carrying highly sensitive scientific materials which must be returned to us. These materials are of biological nature and must not be tampered with. Opening or tampering with the materials will be considered a breach of contract. Okay, Commander, the Federated Suns isn't kidding about that non-tampering clause. The contract includes 20 pages of protocol for handling the samples. The sample cases will be recovering.
Command interface
Okay,
initiated.
well, let's not do that then. Okay, your target is a Taurian research facility. You'll be recovering Davian operatives carrying the biological sample cases. They're ready for extraction when your units reach the facility. Pick them up and get them to the evac point. Best of luck, Commander. Okay.
Good to go, Commander.
Clearly my run of Mass Effect has been, slightly impeding my brain. Guess, the Turians and the Taurians, all of that. But either way, we have to go ahead and get the sample. That's our main objective. Apparently there is the people are secondary? Huh. Okay, well, we'll still make sure that we collect them. We'll bring... I think we'll bring our mechs... part of me wants to go over the hill because we've got some good cover, but at the same time too, the heat dissipation of all of this water could be nice. Alright, look, you know what? Let's just go ahead and start marching forwards. That's going to be important. We'll keep... We'll go slightly further ahead, but not too much further. We don't want to get in trouble unnecessarily. Yeah, look at that. We lose so much movement. Alright, so what do we have there? We have a 35-ton mech on the radar. Let's see, where can we get Big Man? Up over there.
Moving to position.
Alright, our Phoenix Hawk we could move, and our Vindicator as well. I think what we'll do is we'll shuffle this way, and then with our Phoenix Hawk... we could use our jump jets. We could get up there. Or we could sprint all the way over here. It's not much of a muchness. You know what? I think we'll go ahead and sprint just because it gives us slightly better evasion.
Of course.
But we will see how that all plays out. Alright, so what are we up against? It looks like there's a Jenna. First shot was a swing and a miss. No surprises there. That was a substantial amount of evasion. Oh, and it looks like LRMs from left field. Okay. Oh. Looks like there might be a few mechs here ready to
Well,
take the
their
fight.
targeting skills aren't impressive.
Okay, so note to self. A couple more. I'm guessing there wasn't a huge amount of LRMs. I'm thinking maybe like a Locust. What do we call it? Yeah, a Locust with some LRMs. Nothing too crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and bring... Let's see. What has he got? A bunch of medium lasers and SRMs. Yeah, look, we're just going to go ahead and stay nice and chill.
What's the plan?
Oh, actually, you know what we'll do? We'll move point blank here. We'll take a shot with the Phoenix Hawk first.
Be there in a jiff.
And then we'll follow up with some heavier hitters. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So let's go ahead and
Firing.
see what damage we can do. As you can see, not particularly
That
well
is
armored.
Good.
Already taken out a bunch of its weapons. Ooh. Okay. That is a little bit more concerning. What do we reckon? AC5 or an AC2? Not particularly sure, but either way, we've taken out a couple of weapons. That's handy. We'll bring... I think maybe what we do is we'll bring... Let's see, the Enforcer might be a good shot here. Yeah, either that or maybe we move... Actually, let's move our Vindicator forwards first. We've got a decent selection. If we hit with the PPC, we could possibly yeah, get some of our other heavier mechs closer up. So yeah, we'll walk with you, and then we'll run with one of these two if we can to get better position on the next round, assuming we get the kills. All right, well,
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
that's a lot less for us to deal with. Oh, we've got some other medium to heavy mechs. Okay, we definitely need to bring up some extra friends so this Phoenix Hawk is not taking the brunt of the fire. What have we got? We've got 85 points of damage we need.
Yep.
Alright, let's go.
Receiving you.
Let's bring this Enforcer. 75s, 80s. That's much of a muchness. Let's just move into the water so we stay nice and cool.
Move order received.
And then, yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can get done.
We can salvage that.
Alright, well that will work.
Standing by.
Now, since that's all of our immediate contacts, let's get this Marauder into better position to kill. I think what we'll do is... yeah, maybe we move up and try and get some cover. And that way, if the lights come zipping on in, we can get some good shots on them. Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet. I don't know what we're dealing with here. Either that or we... Yeah, look, this is going to give us the best line of sight.
Understood.
We have to take what we can get. That should be fine. Alright. What do we see? A javelin? Alright. Well, I'm appreciating the fact that we put Cheese Goblin in cover.
Damage is light.
Again, minimal damage is what we
got
prefer. Yeah, that looks like twin LRM5s to me. And then... I have a lot of indirect fire, it seems. Yeah, we're going to have to be careful, because again, we don't want to keep on getting shot at. Alright.
Just stop. You're embarrassing yourself.
So, what do we see that's left? We've just got you with the 50 ton. Okay, so, oh, maybe it's a Centurion. That could explain the weapons we saw earlier. Yeah, they've got room for an autocannon, depending on the model. Okay, so, turns out we cannot move up through here. That was a missed play. That's unfortunate. We can technically get some shots, but if I had have realized, we would not have run here. I thought we could have made it through. I thought there was enough of a path for us to get through. We may need to sprint forwards for a future
Yes, Commander.
choice. Let's see. The Enforcer, no good sights either.
Yes, Commander.
And our Vindicator. I guess technically we do have that PPC which we can fire. And I guess that's going to be good enough. We'll take what we can get. Alright, let's see what we can do.
Engaging target.
Alright,
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
that was a good roll of the dice. Okay, so, let's see. I'm pretty sure we hit the leg. Yeah, we get twin SRM6s. That's not
Receiving you.
amazing, not terrible. Okay, I'm thinking what we could do.
You have orders?
We can move you into many different spots here, and I'm not sure which one's going to be best. 35, 30, 20. Okay, I'm guessing you're the Locust. And the 30-ton mechs. Not really sure what they've got.
Orders.
But, oh, look, at the end of the day, we're going to have to move you from here. This is a bad spot for you there, buddy. Let's run all the way up over here. We'll take some cover. I don't like not taking a shot this round, but we do need to protect our Phoenix Hawk. And it looks like that was a good call. Alright, that is a fair chunk of LRMs. That does not make me
Light
happy.
damage. Holding firm.
Alright.
Standing by.
Let's see, where were we? We can technically shoot up here, but again, we don't have line of sight. I'm pretty sure I saw, yeah, there's a line of sight back there, but again, not useful. Oh man, this is annoying. Alright, fine. It just is what it is. Let's separate out a little bit so we're less likely to take strays. But I don't think that there's too much we can do, really.
Reporting.
Either that or maybe... let's see, that's the right side. We could technically use some jump jets and get some shots on target. We could also move up and get 3 medium lasers. That does also give us eyes on that back there, and the Enforcer could take a pot shot. Alright, look, you know what? I think this might actually be what we'll do. We'll just keep one of these in sight. We do technically get better accuracy if we move up further, but that also puts us well within range of some other mechs, which I'm not as big of a fan of. Oh, I really wanted that extra vision on that 50-tonner, but I'm not sure if that's going to be easily done or not. Could always jump closer, but again, that's taking away a damage reduction. I think what we'll do is we'll move... I think we'll just move for now. We'll just take a little bit of movement here. We'll take a little bit of cover. We can at least get some decent shots on that javelin.
Moving out.
We might be able to drop that down if we take out a leg. And then we'll sprint the other one. Alright, well at least that's the javelin's leg gone. That's one more wound. That is always good. Should also slow him down and
Ready for
oh,
orders.
that's always an advantage. And then... oh, we technically... 55 and 65, you know what, that is absolutely not worth getting stuck. Let's run on up here. And, yeah, we'll present more of a solid front. Alright, what do we see? Locust, 1M. Yep, that's to be expected. Alright, what else do we see? We have another javelin. Alright. And another Jenner. Unfortunate location there. They managed to get the couple of strays.
Not much armor left in that location.
That does upset me a bit because, well, yeah, it's not a good sign for us. Alright, well, we have a javelin that's down and we could probably take that out. We've got that 50-tonner back there. We know we've got something else further back.
What's up, boss?
Alright, we also have our enforcer. In fact, you know what? Maybe we put our enforcer forwards. Yeah, we'll take a full strike here, get rid of that javelin before it gets a turn. That'll set up nicely for some of these other mechs on the future turns. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Got it.
Oh, and what do we see? An unknown mech? Yeah, I have to see, but I'm guessing it could be a catapult, judging from how much fire we took earlier. Alright, let's see. Legs at 30%. Either that or do we go for the center torso? That's 70. That's, what, 65 points? 75? Okay, you know what? The kill is easy if we go for the center. Let's just cut down their action economy. Alright, that's what we wanted.
Mech destroyed.
And that should also take out a little bit of their line of sight as well, hopefully changing their targeting.
Commander.
Alright, so now we've got choices. So yes, that was a Centurion AC-10. Okay, that thing had better range than I thought it had. We have 35 resolve. We could technically go for a headshot, but again, I think I'd prefer this thing to get a little bit closer if possible, so we can get our small lasers involved. What have we got? We have 40s, 40s, 45s. Seems to be our best target. 80s and 85s. 80s and 85s. Okay, that's not going to change. I think maybe what we do is we move across. We'll still take shots at the Centurion.
Awaiting order.
Or maybe... Oh, actually, you know what? Got some decent numbers if we desire. 60s, 65s. And then this Vindicator. What else could we do? 75% on this. We don't have that breaching shot yet, unfortunately. Alright, look. Let's just go ahead and take the shots that we know that we're going to take. Yeah, let's move up over here. We'll set this shot out and see how it goes.
Engaging target.
Alright, well that looks like a leg hit. Nothing too incredible there. Oh, okay. I guess if it's, what have we got? A 50-ton mech. Okay, well it's definitely not a catapult. I'm guessing it's going to be, oh, what did we pick up just before? A trebuchet, that's what it is. That'll be what we're dealing with. Alright,
Reporting.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, everybody else has already had a turn. Let's see, we could go...
Yes, Commander.
I think one of our best choices here is actually keeping our evasion relatively high. Maybe what we do is we use our jump jets. Could get some really solid salvos on something like this Jenner here. And then try and take that out quickly and then bring in some extra firepower. Yeah, look, I think this is probably worth doing. Let's go ahead and jump on in. These guys might try and... Oh, actually, you know what? They'll try and outflank us and shoot us in the back. That would not be very good. We don't have a heap of armor. Okay, let's just be careful. Let's move back a little bit. And then... Let's see, 60s and 65s. Alright, I think that Jenner is going to be our primary target, though. That thing is more annoying. Yeah, alright, so we'll go No. Where are we moving? Yeah, there we are, 60%. I think that would be fine. A little bit of heat's not going to hurt us.
Lifting off.
Yeah, we'll see what we can get done. Alright, stray shot worked out well. Cut down some of that excess evasion.
Waiting for orders.
And now we just have Rannoch here. Let's go. Let's see. We can't quite get to the water, but I think that'll be fine. We can go for... Let's see. 45s, 55s, 55s, 65s. Or 85s and 90s. Ooh. Honestly, that Centurion's probably good to kill, but these guys are going to harass us for a little bit, and that could be more annoying than anything. I think what we do here is we go and we take the shot at the Jenner, and we see if we can mitigate our damage incoming there. And yeah, that could be our best choice. Although, you know what, they might run closer to us as well. And then we want to save our heat for an alpha strike on them. Maybe we do just go ahead and... Okay, you know what? I think I have made a decision. We'll move up. And we'll take a pot shot at this thing. We'll allow these things to fire off. We have no recoil penalties. I think this is going to be the best thing. Who knows? Maybe we could clip that leg. But I think what we'll do is, yeah, we'll save the resolve. I don't know, we need 51 points of damage, but it is reduced by 20%. I don't know, it could be enough if the AC 10 hits. Hang on, let's just double check the precision shot. It's pretty sizable. You know what? Maybe we do just run for it. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the kill.
Roger that.
Well, that was definitely one shot on target, not enough for the kill. But I figure by the time we take out those other light mechs in the next turn or two, we could probably be fine. And we can, in the end, build our resolve that way. So I'd rather take it and see if we could take out one of their big hitters fairly swiftly, if at all possible.
There's a hole in my armor.
Alright. What else have we got? Okay, good. Cheese Goblin is still alright. Let's just be careful and see where all of the armor's going. Yeah, down to 29 points, 15. Alright, let's try and keep you a little bit safer if we can. Let's move.
Commander?
Oh, you know what? Maybe we move the Enforcer forwards. Make ourselves a bit more of a juicy target. Could do a full salvo against that Jenner and get rid of him pretty quickly. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to go here for the kill against the Jenner, if we're lucky.
Coordinates received.
And that way we'll try and build up our resolve that way.
Acknowledged.
Alright, well, not quite what we were after.
Solid connection on that one.
And it looks like there's one less building for us to deal with. Yep, and it was a trebuchet. Alright. You know what? I'm actually okay that they're beginning to spread out their fire. I'm glad they're not going for our Cheese Goblin. Let's see. Let's move our Vindicator. Oh, those are some beautiful stats there. That could be some good kill. Actually, you know what we should do? Let's go ahead and... let's see. Yeah, look, we're not going to get the kill right here, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to shoot the PPC at the Jenner. We're going to move forwards and stay nice and cool. We're going to go for a multi-target attack. PPC against the Jenner, sorry. Potentially pop that torso off and make it easier to kill with somebody else. Then the rest of our lasers will fire against the trebuchet to start softening that thing up. Yeah.
Engaging multiple targets.
Alright, well the arm is destroyed. And there goes his evasion. Okay, this is good.
What do you need?
Cheese Goblin, let's roll. Let's move you. 85s. I'm not sure if this thing's going to be able to fire too much with the amount of heat that this currently has.
Aye, aye.
I think maybe what we do is maybe we see if a jump jet can get us into a good position here. Yeah, that LRM-15 is a little concerning though, so we do want to stay within cover, but this should give us some pretty good stats. Yeah, we'll follow up against the Jenner. Either one actually should be fine. It's not going to be a heap of heat for us to manage. So let's see, we could take out a leg. What about this guy? Could potentially get the kill. Especially if we hit something like the right torso first. That would direct everything in. You know what? That actually might be the better way of... though, that said though. Those SRMs are annoying. The Locust isn't as bad. The Jenner's fairly hot. Alright, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll shoot the Locust. That looks like a fairly easy kill for us. It's not exactly heavily armored, and that way we can build up our resolve. And that one is at least targetable by multiple mechs. Alright, Locust down.
That's a kill.
Alright, that will do. Alright, so that brings us up to 20 resolve.
Yep.
We need one more kill here, which would be ideal. Oh, actually, we can still move into cover? Part of me is tempted to move forwards, but I think we'll get the shot anyway. I think maybe what we do is we just mosey on forwards. We then take maybe 2 large lasers at the Jenner. See if we can rough that up. Yeah, because again, if we hit the left torso here, that'd be 20 points of one of the lasers. Another 21 goes here. Okay, you know what? It's actually not enough for a kill. Oh man, that's kind of annoying. I really need to get closer to get all of our weapons on board, but I think for now, we'll stay slightly spread out so we don't take any strays, and we will... we'll work on the idea of taking care of this guy. Oh, actually, you know what? The refire penalty's not even going to hurt us, because by the time we have enough precision, enough resolve for a precision strike, that should be enough to negate any penalties.
Firing on target.
Yeah, let's just go for the kill. Alright, so torso destruction is an injury.
I think I hit something.
The knockdown should be another injury. Now the question is, had we done enough as it is? No, he is still conscious. Barely, but still. Alright. This plan's working out so far, and we're not taking excess damage than what we needed. The Javelin's trying to maintain distance. That's good. We didn't really want it to try and, actually, I guess it's only got the LRM-15.
Orders.
Oh, well.
Orders.
Reporting.
Let's see, Cheese Goblin, I think this could be your moment to shine. Let's go ahead, and if we move here, we can get full salvo here. That'll be a good kill. We'll still be in cover. We get evasion. This thing doesn't get a chance to get up. That'll boost our resolve. Yeah, I'd say that we win. Oh, well, yeah, I was about to say everybody wins, but no, it's just us. Let's just double check if we can do this from slightly further back, though. No, we really must take that further step just to guarantee things. Alright.
Move order received.
Hopefully this works. Alright, and you know what? Let's just scrap you.
Target acquired and locked in.
Alright, well, I'm glad we committed everything, because that
Target
did
neutralized.
not look like that was going to be enough otherwise. Alright. I think that's a slight bit of structure damage.
Warning. Armor breached.
Yeah, that's
Internal
okay.
damage.
We'll be, for a second then I thought we might have been lucky to avoid losing any structure in this one, but it looks like we have taken just a couple too many hits there directly instead of an arm or whatnot.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, well either way, there goes our resolve. That's what we needed. Let's mosey on forwards. Yeah, Yeah, let's stop this guy from having a turn, I think. Let's move on up.
Position confirmed.
Let's go for that precision strike. Up over here, 90% across the board. That should be fine. That refire penalty is not a concern. Let's aim for that head. Oh, wait a second. That's a trebuchet. Hang on a second. You're in cover. You are still in cover. Well, you know what? It hasn't had a turn yet. Maybe we do just go for the kill there. Yeah, you know what? It's also got the best accuracy percentages. Alright, let's just roll the dice here and see if we can get this. Alright, and one of them even managed to miss. That's not exactly what we were hoping.
Good to go.
Alright, let's see if we can clean up a little bit better. Let's move. Yeah, look, let's try and take care of this thing.
Moving out.
We need to cool down, and we also need to take care of at least one of these bigger mechs. Let's just
Got it.
see if we can take out some of its weaponry. Alright, still a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but we did almost take out a leg. Let's get our Vindicator close as we can. Actually, we should be favoring the right leg here. Yeah, the right leg for us, which the correct leg, the left leg. So there's a good chance we could drop this thing down a little.
Engaging target.
But it looks like the answer is no. Alright. Backing on up, can't hit that Vindicator, I'm sure. That angle would be a little bit rough. Also can tank. Let's see, Javelin. Alright, going for our left side, that's okay. It's mainly our
My armor
right.
is peeling away.
I think what we'll do here is...
Yes, Commander. Standing by.
Oh, wait a second. What on earth? They have a... wait a second. Oh, that could be the Locust. That could definitely be a Locust. Alright. But what we're going to do is we're going to go jump into the water. 60%?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we want to do here.
What's up, boss?
Actually, you know what? We might potentially get a shot all the way back there if we try this out. Let's go. Jumping is going to be a little bit dangerous because that opens up our back fairly openly to those guys. That said, though, the water does cool us down a fair chunk. Oh, you know what? That's actually going to be good enough. A regular walk. We can see what we're doing here. Yeah, look. We're going to take some damage. I don't think it's negotiable. But maybe we can help threaten this Javelin a little bit.
The target is confirmed.
Alright, well, there goes a bit of its armor. Let's see what these guys pick and choose at. Alright, well, that's good. Not feeling too happy. That's ideal. Let's see. How's that Javelin going? 2 arms are almost down. This thing is going to be a pain.
Good to go.
Alright, let's go.
Ready for orders.
Let's mosey our Enforcer over. Centurion is fine. We're not going to be able to get that Trebuchet. I think we'll go... Oh, you know what? Maybe the large laser we send to the Javelin. See if we can pop off one of its arms and soften that up a bit. With the Vindicator. And then we send the rest against the Centurion here. Yeah, look, I think that's going to be our best plan. We'll go A and B. There we go. We'll make those numbers work for us. Only gain minimal heat.
Copy that.
Alright, didn't take out anything, but that was good structure damage. This thing's feeling a little bit softer. Okay, what are you doing?
Warning. Detecting MechWarrior injury.
Oh, well,
Warning.
that was rude.
Weapon system destroyed.
That was very rude.
Commander.
Okay. There goes our PPC. That's very, very annoying. Let's go and take some cover. We'll go ahead and fire everything we've got against that Centurion. Yeah, we can't do too much about that.
Standing by.
Alright, and then... what to do? We've got... actually, you know what? Let's just make this... I don't think we can make him disappear, but maybe we can get rid of that AC-10 ammo. That'll take out one of his big guns. That'd also do injuries, potentially blow up a bit more. Yeah, let's go ahead and we'll shuffle across.
On it.
This will keep us nice and cool while we Alpha Strike. We're still losing heat. That is fantastic.
Let her rip.
Come on. Oh, man. That thing's just a little bit too tough.
Ah, I'm hit.
Well, you know what? I was tossing up
Barely
whether we
hit,
did that
Commander.
2.5 skull mission or not. But judging by the fact that we're going to have some injuries and some repair times, I'm thinking that that's
Waiting
not
for
going to
orders.
end up happening. Alright, resolve is not quite where we want it. You're going to be super annoying.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see. The enforcer... oh, actually, you know what? Could possibly get the kill on the javelin. That'd take us up to 25. Then maybe we could hunt down the locust with the Phoenix Hawk. I think that's possible. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way, and that way we can then use our Marauder to try and head cap one of the others. Yeah, that's my plan.
Now let's see how you handle this.
All right, that worked. Or at least part
That's a kill.
one of the plan did. Still got to see what these guys do. All right, not much more. They only took 54 points of damage. I thought I just saw. How did that happen? I would have thought that it does 60. Oh, well, either way, you know what? It doesn't matter. Maybe I was seeing things.
Commander.
All right. Phoenix Hawk, let's roll. We're going full jump forwards. We're going to go as close as we can. Oh, wait a commando? What on earth are you doing here, little buddy? I don't remember seeing you. I guess, yeah, alright. I guess maybe it spawned into a funky part of the terrain or something and never managed to join the fray? That's kind of annoying. Alright. Oh well, it is what it is.
Good to go.
Alright, let's see what we can get done. Let's bring... let's see. Well, we're not going to get the resolve that we wanted. The Vindicator can't really do too much either. Can move. I think maybe what we do here is we go for... we're not going to find any good locations, unfortunately. I guess technically we could drop two medium lasers. Protect our right-hand side. Man, I don't want to lose more, but I guess we don't have much of a choice. Alright, so what have you got? Maybe we could take out a leg. Oh, yeah, you know what? Oh, actually, that's unlikely. They're targeting the wrong angle, but that would at least be a free precision strike if we could knock it over.
Engaging target.
Oh, we got a headshot. Well, that's nice.
Aye, aye.
Alright, and then... what to do? I do like being in the cool of the water, but at the same time, it's not like it gives us phenomenal... oh, you know what? Could be good enough. Yeah. Alright, I think we actually take this. It's not perfect, but
Move order received.
you never know. And it's still standing. Alright, well, let's see what this commando does. Okay, well, glad that I've only fired the medium laser.
Receiving
It's
you.
definitely a choice maneuver.
Orders?
Let's see, the Enforcer. We're feeling rather toasty right about here. If we were to go ahead and just attack... Alright, we're in water, so we're actually not going to get too hot. Could take shots on that commando. You know what? I actually think it could be worthwhile. Let's go ahead and move. We'll march on up. We can get 60s and 70s. Let's see. What do we get from back here? 50s and 60s. But we could potentially get some medium lasers over there as well. Can we get everyone in the field of fire? Not quite. Actually, hang on a second. Which leg is this? The left leg. Yeah, that's the wrong side. You know what? I think it could actually be worth it. Let's just go ahead and do this. Mosey on up over here. Maybe we go ahead and we send the medium lasers to... Oh, you know what? It's 55, 65. You know what? I think what we'll do is we'll target you with everything here, and then we'll see if we can take out that AC-10.
Multiple enemies locked in.
Alright, 40% damage reduction didn't exactly help us. Didn't hit anything vital. Alright, just some damage. Nothing too crazy.
Losing lots of armor.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it either,
Yes,
but there's not much we can do. Alright, so now,
Yes,
let's bring... Oh, actually, you know what we can do? We could probably go ahead, and if we moved up, we can do a full alpha strike. We'll stay in the water, we'll be nice and cool. Yeah, I was about to say we maybe use our jump jets and get behind, but unfortunately, that's going to be a little bit too far for us, and we have a lot of heat right now, and I don't think we could get the kill, so we may as well
Confirmed.
make it as easy as possible on the next turn. Oh, and we do have enough for precision strike now. Okay,
Unloading a full salvo.
I guess I missed that change of turn. Whoopsie daisies. Alright, that's kind of annoying actually. We would have taken a shot with our Ranak. Alright,
Warning. Armor breached. Internal damage.
that's not good. Alright, let's see what we can get done here. Let's go full salvo. I think we just go for the... Yeah, we go for the kill right here. We're going to move on up.
Heading out.
We're going for a precision strike. Every single weapon we can muster against this Centurion. Well, we took out an arm. Alright, and as for you, my friend, can we go follow up? Yes, we can, and I think that'll have to be good enough. Oh, actually, this Vindicator is almost toast. Oh, wait, we took out the wrong arm. Oh, man. Well, that's highly annoying. Here comes the question. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe punching out's probably not a bad idea. That said, though, we would put that in the rear arc. What's this trebuchet got? It's a lot of LRMs. But would probably be within minimum range at this point. So it'd be maybe 75 points of damage. Couldn't kill us. You know what? It's my life to play with. We're going to gamble. We're going to gamble.
Engaging target.
Alright, well, you know what? That leg taken out, that will be rather nice. Alright. Alright, let's see. Back to our turn.
Ready for orders.
Oh, it looks like they don't have line of sight, or something's gone wrong and that commando is not responding properly. Okay, well then, we will ignore him for now. Let's bring Ranak up point blank. This should also make him a better target for the trebuchet here, and we could get this kill.
Location confirmed.
Let's make sure this thing does not exist.
Here it comes.
There we are. Head destroyed. Lethal damage. Ugh.
One less target.
About time. Oh. Okay. They're trying to defend their friend.
I'm showing minor damage.
I can appreciate the,
Receiving you.
I can appreciate the sentiment, but
Awaiting
I'm
orders.
not going to be quite so generous. Let's move the Vindicator. I think what we'll do here is we will sprint up over here. We might end up trying to go for the target zone and then getting you out of here.
Full throttle.
Standing by.
Big man, we can possibly go ahead and take the kill.
Reporting.
Same with Cheese Goblin. How are you doing? Honestly, it's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and use our jump jets. We're going to find its rear arc. Let's just check. Hang on a second. Is this clipping through properly? You know what? I think this should probably work. Yeah, we got the little blinky light. That means we're going to hit in its,
Firing jump jet.
yeah, furthest arc. Let's go ahead and
I
go.
understand.
Come on, ignore. Let's see if we can get the kill. Nope.
That's a critical hit.
Okay, well then,
Yes, Commander.
big man, as much as I'd be tempted to finish off the other, I think we'll go ahead and we will... Oh, actually, we could just move and maybe sensor lock? Yeah, that's actually not a bad plan. Let's go ahead and we'll move over here. We'll get ready to deal with whatever's coming up here. This will cool us down. We'll get a lot less of this refire penalty. We could go ahead and brace, but I think we go for the sensor lock just to make this harder for them to hit any of our friends.
Got a lock.
Alright, let's see. Commando. Oh. It's now deciding to do something. Alright, well, much of a muchness.
Barely hit, Commander.
Let's see.
Orders.
I think at this point we'll let him come to us because he's not going to be able to get an angle on that Vindicator there.
Waiting for orders.
But just to be safe, let's go ahead and sprint nonetheless. Oh, actually, you know what? That could open us up to LRM fire.
Standing by.
That is not
Commander.
ideal.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, we're just going to go for the kill then. Let's see. Which way is forward facing? Oh, back up the hill. Alright, fine. Jump jets. That should be enough for a
Roger.
kill. May not need to use every weapon though. Oh no, we just have the right amount of heat. That'll do.
Yes, Commander. Reporting. Critical hit.
Okay, well I guess that sounds like fireworks. And he passed out. Okay. I guess loud noises is his greatest fear. Alright, now that's obviously not good, but at least he didn't aim for our Vindicator, which I would have been more concerned about. Let's bring... Let's see, 20 resolve.
Orders.
Let's bring the Enforcer forwards. We've got a full salvo. I think that's what we need to do. We'll burn his evasion.
I copy.
Now that arm is the AC-10, so hopefully we don't lose it, but at least we don't have any ammo. Well, I was kind of hoping for like
Critical
a...
hit, Commander.
I was kind of
All out of
hoping...
AC-10 ammo.
He's down to 70 hit points there. Ooh, actually, this could be what we need. Let's bring this in close. Let's see what we can do.
Engage.
There we go. We got him. All right, that's what we needed.
Enemy down.
Okay, well, before we finish the mission then, let's quickly
Ready for
bring
orders.
our Enforcer up to our target zone, because this is where the operatives are. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the mission might end if we go up there. So let's just quickly scoot on up here. That should be fine. The Marauder, that'll be fine.
Awaiting orders.
Let's see. Sprinting. We can get close enough.
Location acknowledged.
Let's just bring you across.
Move into position.
Vindicator, yeah, no jump jets. We're not going to get there sooner.
Good to go.
Alright, let's go ahead and collect.
Position confirmed.
And then let's go ahead and collect.
Uh,
Alright, you're right. You're in the right area. Hold until samples are aboard. Oh, and you know what? We'll just use our jump jets to
Going
hop on up.
skyward.
And we'll make sure that everybody is secured. Alright, area has been cleared. Green light to land immediately. Hold position. Yeah, look, that was not our best, but we could have done worse. It was just unlucky that we managed to get so heavily pummeled on specific points instead of having damage across the body, which yeah, it does sort of hurt, but it is what it is. So that Vindicator is going to need a bit of a refit and some time to repair. The Enforcer only took a slight amount of damage. Headhunter did get injured, unfortunately, too, but you know, it just is what it is some days. Alright, so what do we go? I think we'll take part of the Centurion. That'll be a new mech for us. And then I think... do we want another trebuchet? Question, is there anything else that's like a really nice modified weapon? No. Okay. Well then, if that's the case, let's just go full Centurion and we'll take part of the trebuchet. Again, maximum tonnage always first. We'll confirm. So that's the Centurion. We got given two parts of a Commando, part of a Javelin. We finished a Jenner. We finished a Locust. Okay, you know what? That's actually not too bad. And we've got some decent missile weapons as well, so that's not too bad. Alright, well then. I guess that means we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of refitting of our vehicles, and then I think we'll fly to a new location, which, honestly, probably not a bad thing at this point. If we can, we'll either hit our end of month payment, and then we could possibly boost up our morale that way. I think having had better morale would have made a lot of these a lot better. In fact, what I would probably end up doing, yeah, I probably would have been able to get out many more precision shots if it wasn't for us stuffing up the way that we had. So yeah, maybe the 2.5 skull would have been viable with the mechs that we had, but because we're underperforming as our pilots, that's probably where all that trouble's coming on in. Alright, as for the Jenner, let's see. Missiles, lasers, I don't know. What have we got here? Maybe we store the Javelin and we put the Jenner in there instead, because I'm sure we've got some slightly better missile capacity, extra tonnage for the Jenner there. Yeah, and the Javelin's only got LRM-15, so we could swap that out for the Jenner. So send that to storage. The 1M, we're not going to keep that around. We'll sell that off. That should be fun. Alright, so we've got a few things to do. First things first, let's head to the mech bay and see what needs to be done there. So the Vindicator, that's going to be pricey. This one we can just go ahead and hit the repair button. That'll be fine. As for our Vindicator, let's go... oh, actually, you know what we could do? We could potentially turn the Centurion into what we were using the Vindicator as. We could chuck on like a PPC. Oh, we've got some missiles as well. We still need this trebuchet to be refitted. Okay, you know what? We're going to take a second here, and I'm going to refit a few things. First of all, this trebuchet, as someone pointed out, yeah, indirect fire support. I knew better. Probably shouldn't have put the SRMs in, but we'll swap those out for some LRMs. And yeah, I guess I'll show you what I come up with in a second. Okay, so that was rather quick. All that we're going to have is, we're going to have our LRM 10 and 15. We'll have the 15 in the arm, get some slightly better accuracy to hit, and we've got the stability extra damage there, so we'll keep that nice and safe. 2 medium lasers in case anything gets close, and 2 tons of LRM ammo. That should give us roughly 10 rounds of LRM usage, which I think is decent. So we'll go ahead and confirm. Alright, so then what else do we have here? We have, let's see, what did we want? Yeah, I think maybe we go and have a look at this Centurion. We'll go ahead and see what we can put here. We'll boost up its armor values, of course. That is always the first order of business. That leaves us with, oh, hang on a second. We need another 3/4 of a ton. And 2. Alright, so that's pretty decent. That leaves us with 20 tons of space. We could throw an ERPPC here. That wouldn't be the worst. So that'd make it pretty solid. Yeah, get some good range. It's a lot of heat. Heat efficiency is already hurting. Would be 15 under capacity. Let's just see, what could we throw on? If we chucked on a heatsink or 2, that makes it better, but even then we'd still be in a little bit of trouble. Then maybe what we could do, oh, actually, you know what? For weapon-wise, oh, we've also got some modified we have a modified AC-10. Huh. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, well, maybe we'll refit that onto one of our other mechs, like our, Marauder or something. I don't know. You know what? Give me a minute here. I'm going to see what I can come up with again. Okay, so this is what I've got. A fairly true to form Centurion. Decided to put on in an AC-5. That way we're going to be doing a little bit more sniping with this one. So yeah, a little bit more... yeah, some decent damage, nothing too crazy with heat. We also have 3 LRM5s, as we've got 3 spaces. I did toss up whether we wanted to use other bits and pieces, but in the end, I ended up deciding, yeah, with our weapons and all. Here we go. So we've got our LRM5s, 10s and 15s. Technically, it is more heat efficient to use a bigger rig, but at the same time too, we do lose out on an extra ton. So given the fact that all of these together don't actually put us over our heat sinking capacity, it ends up being below. I feel like that's not a bad way to go. Not to mention, if we have 3 LRM5s, it can help boost our statistics. You know, percentage wise, if we're taking some low shots, we're more likely to hit at least one of them. You know, it's kind of just, you know, spreading out the dice rolls. Not necessarily as powerful overall unless we've got really good positioning, but enough for us to be able to consistently do damage. And I think that that's what I want for this. We've also gone ahead and chucked on in 2 tons of LRM ammo. That way we can stay in the fight for quite a decent amount of time if needed. And then of course 2 medium lasers to help pick up the slack. If for some reason we do get within these minimum ranges, it's good to have that. And then of course we have an MG, because that does not create any heat, and we had slightly extra tonnage to spare, as I decided to go with those LRM5s over the others. So yeah, not sure if it's the best build, but it's what we are going with for now, and it's not going to cost us an arm and a leg. So that's what we've got there. So let's see, how are we doing as far as build time is concerned? We're now up to like 20 days. Okay. Yeah, Panther. I don't think we really need to focus on you right now. That Jenna we could also potentially get up and running. That Vindicator though, I think... actually, hang on a second. We also have our Griffin over here for our heat efficiency. You know what? What did we decide to do with the first one? I can't remember what we did exactly there, so maybe we'll hold off building this one because I can't remember how I built this other one. And as for the Vindicator, I think maybe what we'll do is we will get this back up and running. Unfortunately, a lot of repairs are necessary, losing out on some valuable heat sinks. We could technically chuck on the ERPPC, but I'm not sure if we necessarily want that on the Vindicator. Yeah, but we don't have anything else right now. You know what? Maybe what we do is just for now, we'll throw on maybe a large laser or two. Actually, how many tons is this thing? 7? Yeah, but it generates a whole heap of heat, which we don't currently have the ability to deal with. Yeah, large laser for distance, and then I think we'll chuck on maybe another heatsink. We're not going to waste the double. That should be... Yeah, it'll get a little bit toasty if things get close. Maybe we should swap out for another machine gun, but for now, this will do. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting that up and running.
Right.
Alright, now that we've got that sorted, let's also quickly swing by the store. We'll go ahead and sell off some of those mechs that we no longer want. Primarily that Locust and the Javelin. I'm not really too bothered by getting rid of them, but some extra money will not go astray. We do have that AC-10 with some extra stability damage. We could potentially throw that in one of our mechs, but I think for now we'll be fine. Alright, we also now need to go ahead and make sure that everybody has been...
Orders?
We've used their XP. I'm out of the game for a bit. And
Waiting for
so
orders.
are you. We could go for... Oh, that's right. We're going to go for that sprint speed, weren't we? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. This also does aid us in melee defense. That's probably not a bad thing. We'll boost that up. As
Yes,
for
Commander.
Cheese Goblin, let's see. Recoil penalty is still not an issue. I think we still try and max out that gunnery or piloting.
Orders?
Big man, let's also go ahead and bring you... Yeah, further up. See if we can get that... actually, hang on a second. What have we got back here? Indirect fire penalty. Actually, who else has high tactics? Only really Rannick. You know what? Maybe we do go ahead and we give this to you instead. This way we've got indirect fire penalties. We are building mechs for that. That could actually be rather useful. Yeah, let's go ahead and confirm.
MechWarrior training complete.
Alright, that should be fine. And now all that I need to do is... Alright, before we leave, we're going to go past the hiring hall. We are a little bit short on MechWarriors. Yeah, we're still accepting applications. If you do want to join on in, we need a first name, last name, and a call sign. That's all that we really need to get you started. And but if you want to tell us more about where they're from, feel free to let us know that in the comments. But for now, we are going to go ahead and pick up Archangel. That is a good choice from our events that we had when we arrived. We're going to hire...
New MechWarriors available.
And we're then going to just double check. Is there any extra XP? Yeah, let's just double check and see.
Live to serve.
No. Okay, so we're all good there. Now all that we need to do is find somewhere to travel on the star map. So, first things first. Let's go ahead and we'll filter by, say, Skull and a Half. We've got some other planets nearby. I think... What have we got here? Electronics, yeah, moons, agriculture. You know what? That could be an alright planet to visit. 18 days of travel, that's not too bad. Actually, you know what? I think 18 days should be fairly good. That should be enough for most people to heal up in the medbase. So, we'll go ahead and we'll travel there. 30,000 C-bills, nothing too much for us. Also too, I will just quickly double check our repair list. If we're going to go ahead and manage our tasks, just as soon as that pops up. Okay, do we want the fire starter worked on? I think we'll finish the Griffin, the Enforcer, Trebuchet, Vindicator. So that's what, 12, 16, 17, 24 days. So 24 days. We need to drop... Let's drop the fire starter for now. I think that would be fine. So that's the last thing that we're doing, and then... Oh, actually, our ship upgrade will put us back into steady morale too, so we won't need to pay more for this month either. That'll be nice. Griffin, Enforcer, Trebuchet, Centurion. I think I like the Yeah, look, maybe we'll just hold off on the Vindicator for now. That'll be fine. We'll just close this and we'll let time go by. Alright. On to the next jump.
I've got the financial report.
Alright, financial report. Let's go ahead and have a look. We have picked up one more, but again, we did lose Andy, which is quite sad. I still feel bad that he died. Yeah. But I honestly thought we were safe. Alright, but either way, let's keep on moving. Not much else we can do. All of our MechWarriors will be up and running. That is going to be very nice by the time we arrive on planet. That should hopefully mean that, yeah, we can get a fair few missions done after the other. And continue working on our contracts. Alright, so here we go. Now here we go. Oh, a black market invitation. Well, we cannot actually afford this. We are not liked, we are not indifferent, and we are probably disliked. Hence the 2.5 million Seabills, which we do not have access to. Alright, well, Darius demands the first agenda item in the morning briefing. Commander, I've secured an invitation to the black markets here in the periphery. Young claps Darius on the back. About time. You've been haggling and calling in favors for months. It was kinda like you enjoyed it. Darius smirks. Who? Me? Well, persuading that cabal of crooks, merchants, and politicians wasn't boring. Smile cuts through the joviality. Don't forget the pirates. Your cabal may vote us in, but our history with the periphery customers is setting our membership fee. Dr. Maraud frowns. Improvements on the Argo aren't getting any cheaper. Surely we can just continue looting what we need. Well, unfortunately, we must pass. We don't get that choice. No lasting consequences, but it is what it is. We'll look at the store, see if there's anything that's particularly noteworthy before we mosey on by, or at least before we leave the system. There is a couple of modified medium lasers, extra damage, extra accuracy. Those 3 are fairly good, actually. Yeah, 2 extra damages, that could be very nice. Other than that, it's all fairly stock standard stuff, so I guess we're going to have to leave that be. We'll have a look at the contracts. Oh, actually, hang on a second. Back at the Argo, we're 1 day away. Let's go ahead and we'll pass 1 bonus day, just to make sure.
Upgrades you asked for are online, Commander.
We now have the morale is steady. We are now gaining 15 resolve points every round of battle. That's going to make a huge difference with these contracts coming on up. But I think we'll have a look at those and figure out where we're going in the next one. So if you do want to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.